Look, I'm a seven-figure agency owner. I've been in this industry for 7 years now, helped thousands of others start agencies of their own. And last year, I started a brand new agency from scratch to show you guys what is possible in just a small amount of time. And we managed to sign 2 clients in under a week's worth of work. So it's a pretty great series, got millions of views online. It helps so many people get started, and I'm repeating that process right now. In fact, only a couple of weeks ago, I launched a brand new agency from scratch, and I'm documenting the process right now. So let's get straight into it. Okay, quickly, before we get into this video, I've got an announcement to make. If you're making more than $10,000 a month in your agency right now, or you're around that level and you want to get to 100K a month in the fastest and most logical way possible, regardless of your niche, your product, or your service, this applies to you. I'm hosting a live virtual event on Wednesday, the 22nd of May and Thursday, the 23rd. This is genuinely live and not some recording built to trick you. We'll be able to interact and go through this live with you. It's a one-time event. There are no replays whatsoever, so you need to sign up and show up if you want to be able to install the data-driven scaling system that I've used to scale my agency, Affluent.co, to multi-7 figures. This is information I have never revealed online before. I taught it to a select group of people who have already scaled their agencies to multi-7 figures, and I'm going to go through that on the workshop. Now, if you're watching this right now, you're at or around 10K a month, click the link around here, maybe in the description, maybe in the comments, sign up and show up to action this information and get ahead of your competitors. Sign up predictable clients, retain those clients, remove yourself from the day-to-day operations and run a business like a real business owner, not some high-paid employee stuck in the weeds. And if you're watching this and the event is already over, then you missed out this time, but make sure you follow me on social media so you get notified if we run events like this in the future. But right now, we've got nothing in the calendar. So yeah, if you're watching it in time, awesome, congratulations. If you're below 10K, I'm sorry, this doesn't apply to you right now. For the rest of you, enjoy this video. Right, and so this is what we've done so far. And if you haven't watched this, I'd recommend pausing and going and watching that stuff, because I'm giving you guys the source, and I want to show you the process, not just tell you based on theory like most people do. So we've already built the foundations. We chose a niche, the ICP, which is who the customer we're going for. What niche, I suppose. We decided a service, the agency name, the logo, the website. And we've also gone through the process of generating a whole bunch of leads. And so let me just show you a little bit right now. So these are the foundations that we've got here. And so the agency is called MasonFlow. Our domain is masonflow.ai. We are going to be working, and this is all randomly selected, by the way. We just use some random wheel selector and yeah, picked bricklayers, masonry. We also have, we're offering a Google ad service to these guys. And yeah, what else have I got to add? Now, we're also going to be doing a lead magnet, a free AI marketing strategy, which is going to be the lead magnet we're going to use to sign up clients for this agency, which is going to be pretty cool. We haven't built out that lead magnet yet, but loads of you guys commented on the last video saying you wanted me to create a video around it. So we're going to go through that for sure. So this is the website we designed on the last one, excuse me. So MasonFlow. All of this copy we actually managed to write with AI using Claude. It was a pretty awesome process. And yeah, I'd recommend you going to check that out. And so nice, simple landing page, does everything we need here. Claim your free AI marketing strategy. I'm looking forward to building out that. Looking forward to building out that lead magnet actually and seeing how that converts. And I'll document the process. As I said, loads of you guys commented, so I'm going to get that done for you. And look, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. It is 10 p.m. right now, and I was this close to not recording this video today. Purely because I've been working 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. for the last 3 weeks straight, no weekends, working on a huge project at the moment. It's incredibly exciting, incredibly exciting, and you're going to see it very, very soon. But it's 10 p.m. I'm getting a flight to Amsterdam at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, and so I am absolutely shattered, but I'm so committed to putting this content out for you all. I truly want to help as many of you as I possibly can. If I don't record this video right now, this video is going to be delayed by a couple of weeks, and I don't want to have you guys waiting, okay? I want this to go out to you so you can just start implementing this and really start making an impact in your lives and starting the agency that you've always wanted to, based on what's actually working, right? Not just based on someone trying to sell your program with some outdated information, right? I'm in the trenches. I know this shit. I'm tried and tested, and I want to rationalize it for you. Anyway, we're here. We're here. I'm glad I'm doing it. So We generated a huge batch of leads. I can't show you all of these because YouTube doesn't like it when we show leads. So we've got a whole bunch of masonry leads. What I've actually done since you saw this video last, or since you last saw me, I should say, is, I hate that little thing on Loom that comes up. I sent this batch of leads over to someone on Fiverr who is actually now going through and finding decision makers. Normally, I'd recommend, if you're just starting off, going out and doing that yourself. So taking that batch of leads and going through the websites, trawling through it. If you haven't watched the second episode yet, go and watch that, and I run through some lead generation protocols for you. So I would recommend doing that. If you do have a bit of budget, one of the first things that you want to outsource as an agency is the lead generation side of things. So that's what I would definitely do. So we've got our lead list. It's a bit of a high-pitched noise happening in this office right now. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys, but we move. So we're going to move on to the outreach strategy. That's what we're going to build out right now. So and I think it's really important to note that when we're building any kind of outreach strategy for any kind of agency, I think I'm going to do this all in this Notion. We have to look at, okay, what channels do we actually have access to? Like, what channels are realistic for us to reach out to in the ICP? Because like many people be like, oh yeah, I'm going to cold call, I'm going to email, I'm going to DM and so on. And it's all well and good, but you have to consider whether or not those strategies are even suitable for your ICP. Like, where is your customers actually hanging out? Man, this light is making it look shiny. Who cares? Yeah, we have to consider where our customers are even hanging out, right? And so we've already established with these masonry guys, like, they're not very tech savvy. And so the likelihood of these guys hanging out on social media for us to DM them is incredibly slim. And so for me, it doesn't make sense for us to be pursuing any kind of DM strategy. Now, when we were going through lead generation, we noticed how much of a struggle it was already to try and find these guys on LinkedIn to try and like validate and find the business owners. And so there's no point us doing that. But like, the options are cold calling, emailing, and DMing. Okay? These are our main options. There are a few other unorthodox options which are just kind of out of the box. You can probably think of them off the top of your head, which I'm not going to run through right now because you guys will saturate the shit out of them and then they'll stop working. And so the other I would say, which you're not going to saturate, which is great, is door-to-door. In fact, actually, I just want to come over to this camera for a second and talk about this. Now, it's actually funny because I was talking about this in our private community only a couple of weeks ago about how it's taken me so long to get to the point on this channel where I can talk about cold calls openly enough for people to be like, yeah, I'm going to cold call for the agency, even though I've known the entire time that cold calls are the most effective strategy for you to secure meetings with potential clients. But cold calls are scary and they're intimidating. And when we're in a sea of other gurus that are like, you only need to send emails, you only need to send DMs, it's really easy. Like, everyone gravitates to all of the easy shit and they always avoid the difficult stuff. But the truth is, all the stuff that's really difficult to obtain, all of the things that really get the best results are the most difficult and are the most comfortable. And that's why cold calling is one of those things. It's incredibly difficult to not actually conduct the cold calls, because 20 calls, 25 calls will get you more meetings than any amount of emails that you can send, right? As in at the same like-for-like volume. But it's very difficult to get yourself in the right mindset to pluck up the courage in order to pick up the phone. Door-to-door is the big daddy of that. Now, door-to-door, and I know this because I've done hundreds of cold calls every single day in multiple cold calling jobs, and I got credible results from it. I've also been door-to-door selling around the UK to estate agents. It was absolutely grueling going in, selling to people who are all trained salespeople, grilling you, but it teaches you how to be quick-fired and quick on the spot. That's why when I started my agency, I also went door-to-door, and I signed multiple clients from door-to-door. And so what I'm saying to you right now is, if you really want to push yourself and you really want to get maximum results, try door-to-door. Like, actually, please challenge yourself to do so. Over the next 5 days, or whenever you're starting outreach, just pick 5 days that you're going to go local door-to-door, knocking down doors and trying to sign up clients. And I promise you, it is going to be one of the biggest character building events of your life as far as sales is concerned, and as far as building and challenging yourself. And number two, you are going to be shocked at how many meetings you get. Even if you screw it up, you're going to get so many meetings, but people respect you going in and actually speaking to them. In this digital age, we are losing the art of face-to-face communication and face-to-face sales. Old school business owners, which is what the majority of brick and mortar business owners are, they respect people, especially young people, that go out of their way and have these old school kind of like conventional ways of approaching people and speaking to individuals. So try door-to-door. I promise you, you will get incredible results from it. And drop a comment down below. And I haven't even mentioned this yet, actually. But I'm giving this whole agency away for free to one of you guys who drop a comment. So if you drop a comment and you let me know how you're going with door-to-door, or just drop a comment, let me know your goals of your agency right now. I'm going to be giving this entire agency away to one person for free. I'm also going to buy you a brand new MacBook Pro, and I'm going to give you 12 months access to all the software using Go High Level that you could possibly need in order to go out there, get great clients, manage a pipeline, deliver incredible results for them. So why, you ask? I don't know. I don't know. It feels good though. Like, it feels good. Like, this feels right. Like, I want to impact you guys. I want to help you achieve this. And like, this is just the most logical way to help as many of you achieve this as possible, is just by showing you this stuff, you know? Albeit, like, it's hard to find the time. It is. So I'm not going to be able to cold call all these companies and so on this time around. But we're going to go the extra mile and get this lead magnet and everything built. Anyway, I'm ranting. So door-to-door, we've got cold calling, we've got emailing, we've got DMing. We're getting rid of DMs because I don't think it's going to be suitable for this niche. They're not hanging out on social media. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't mean for your niche, don't do DMs. DMs can be incredibly effective, but with every single thing that we do as an agency, we have to be assessing the unique circumstances that are in front of us. Okay, so we do have door-to-door, we do have cold call, and we do have email. Now, I'm getting rid of door-to-door purely because of the fact that, like, I'm obviously not going to be going door-to-door to masonry companies in Toronto, am I? But you guys certainly should. In fact, I'm going to leave that on there just in case you can, and whoever wins this should. And also, if you're not based in Toronto, it's not a good enough excuse, so you can just change the website to not say Toronto, but to say something else. Right? We can generate more leads from another city. So no excuses. So we've got cold calling and we've got emails. So what I'm going to do is we know what strategy we're going to use then. So we're going to do cold calls and emails. So we've got door-to-door. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a script. And I think that script, like, it's always best to write the script in whatever is the most longer form. Like, and this is kind of a rule for all kind of copywriting. When we're writing something and there's multiple iterations of it, or we're trying to use it for multiple purposes, we want to write whatever is the longest. Out of these, like, it's most likely that the longest here is going to be either cold calls or emails. What I'm probably going to do is email first, and then we'll adapt to a cold calling script afterwards. And I'm just going to write the cold calling script on the fly, so it's kind of like somewhat unique around this individual circumstance, just to show you guys that, like, a cold calling script doesn't have to be something that is taken from, like, my program or whatever. Like, there are 1,000 different ways to pull off a great cold call. There's 1,000 different ways to pull off a great email, but it's the psychology behind it, which hopefully you're going to learn right now, that'll enable you to do this for yourself and just nail it. So let's do the outreach email then. Okay, and then I'm also going to see what, like, AI pulls out, just out of interest. Okay, cool. So first thing we're going to do, get off bold. What are you on bold for? Piss off. So, hey, first name. Simple. You can say hi, you can say morning, you can say afternoon, whatever. Just make sure it is the right time of the day whenever you're doing it. And zoom in so you can see this. And what we're going to do is we're going to do simple framework. So we're going to do attention. And let me just think. Let me pluck into my bucket of frameworks. We're going to go with the ADA framework, okay? Because the ADA framework is the easiest to understand. So attention, interest, desire, and action. AIDA, A-I-D-A. So this is a basic copywriting framework that you can use for writing pretty much anything. You can use this for your ads, you can use this for your copy, you can use this, you can use it as a base for any kind of persuasive based copywriting. So what we're trying to do, first of all, is trying to grab attention. So we want to say something which is going to grab attention in the eyes of the person that receives this, okay? So it might be, for example, like this is going to be a pretty basic one. This is pretty common, so we'll change this. Let me think of this. There used to be a strategy that I used when I first started my agency, and these things normally come like full circle over time, like because people stop using them. Let's open up like a couple of these companies and just have a look into something. So it used to be the case, like, and there are still some industries, but it used to be the case, like at least when I first started, that if you reached out to a company and you offered them a little bit of free value up front, and like this is the case with all business, if you can offer someone a little bit of free value up front without like devaluing yourself, it's very easy to then upsell them to something else. So I'm just seeing right now, what I'm looking at in my extensions here is Meta Pixel Helper. And I want to see whether these guys have the Facebook Pixel on their website. The Facebook Pixel is a small bit of code that allows companies to track the actions that people take on their website. Okay? And so actually, it's not really the Facebook Pixel we want to be looking at, is it? It's the Google Analytics. Is there equivalent? Tag Assistant, cool. Let's get this on. So what this is going to do is going to allow us to actually see whether or not the companies that we're looking at have a Google tag installed on their website. So this is simply going to say to us, okay, do they have a tag? Here we go. Zero. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at another one. Nothing. Okay. I think that was the old website still. No tags. Okay, let's just validate something. Are there any benefits to having a Google tag on your website other than tracking for Google Ads? Yeah. Conversion, audience demographics, etc. Cool. So it's basically the same thing as the Facebook Pixel, and so here's the thing. If they don't have this installed on their website, they can't track the actions of what people are doing on their website. They also can't have a look on the back end of their analytics of everything that's happening on the website either. And so this is a nice in for us. It's a really nice way. You currently don't have a Google tag installed on your site. Are you aware of this? Okay. So here's something a little bit different for you. Like, you probably wouldn't have seen an email like this before, with this offer at least. So, attention. I was on your website earlier, and then we're going to do website link. It's going to be a personalization. We always want to have some kind of a personalization in our email to make sure that we actually stand out. That is key. So, yeah, we don't want people to feel like a number. And I noticed you don't currently have a Google tag installed on your site. Are you aware of this? And an interest? I'd be happy to set one of those up for you free of charge, ? It's a small bit of code that will allow you to get more customers from your website. Which is not a lie, it is true. With a Google tag, you'll be able to get more customers from your website because you'd have access to your data, you'd be better for Google Ads, etc. If you're wondering why I do that, honestly, I just think it's a good way to help out other local businesses in Toronto. Diffusing the person here, like it's not even like I'm trying to sell them. It's like, I just think it will be a good way to help other local businesses out in Toronto, okay? This is nice. Again, leveraging locality, massive in when we're first starting out, like the type of things that we want to make sure that we're doing. When you're just starting, and I'm not going to rant about this now because I rant about this in every video, starting local is an advantage. It's your in, and we need ins when we're just starting out, okay? We need to find them as much as we can, okay? And if you're going international, you're like in the big bad world. Like, what have you got? You know, like you're a nobody when you're just starting out. That is the harsh reality. And so, at least to somebody local, we are a local individual. There is some reason to engage in conversation with us. Let me know if you're keen. I've got some time tomorrow. I've got some time in the afternoon tomorrow. So we're not even saying like, do you want to jump on a call right here? This is just like super casual. Let me know if you're keen. I've got some time in the afternoon tomorrow. Have a good one. Jordan, owner of Mason Flow. P.S. I'm a local marketing expert who specializes in masonry companies, by the way. I might even just put masonry by the way. And you notice like this is really casual tone. That is by design because of the ICP. We're speaking to labourers. We're speaking to masonry guys. You think these guys would respond to like, hey, it's Jordan here. I was on your website, on your Facebook earlier, and I noticed you're not currently running ads. Is there a reason why? I would love to get you an extra 30 leads per month. They're thinking, hey, why the fuck is this donut? Like, they don't even know how to generate. They don't know what generating leads on Facebook is. They don't give a shit about that. They just think, who's this donut trying to sell me an email? We're speaking a lot more casually here. We're coming in. We're coming in with a Trojan horse. We've got something on the front end we're going to offer, and then we're going to come in. And when we build that relationship, we're going to be like. So and now you've got a Facebook. Now you've got a Google tag installed. Have you ever considered running Google Ads? Have you ever considered, or are you aware that you rank on number 3 on the page 3 on when you Google Toronto masonry companies? So you've actually got 13, let's say, hypothetically, you've actually got 13 other competitors that go ahead of you. Did you know that literally for a couple £100 a month, you could get right to the top of Google? Speak to them, rationalize it. Even if we just said couple of $100 a month, right? That might not be the budget we're going to go for. We might want $500, $1,000, but at least it gets the conversation going. We have to speak their language. So it has to be very casual, and we get to this gradual point of then being able to upsell them. So like what starts as just like this free this little bit of value that we're offering up front, actually ends up being like a more in-depth conversation where we can dig the pain. We can be like, look, whilst I was installing that tag on your website, I noticed that you're actually on page 3 of Google, and you've got 14 other competitors that are ahead of you right now. I imagine you're struggling to get leads for your website, aren't you? I can't imagine you get many leads through this website, do you? No, actually we don't. Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, is that a problem? Do you have a problem with lead flow, or where do the majority of your leads come from? Oh, we get a lot of referrals. Oh, fine. But I imagine that's not very predictable, is it? No, it's not too predictable. So what if I told you we could get you to the top page of Google and you'd only have to spend a couple $100? Really? Yeah, 100%. Go into it. Okay, you open it up. In fact, like, instead of us going into it now, why don't we, I've got some time over the next couple of days, why don't we book in a time? We'll probably only need about 20 minutes, and I can just run you through a few things, and if you don't want to go ahead, absolutely no issues at all, but at the very least, you at least know what is possible in the space. Help in hand. Building a bit of rapport, natural conversation. We're not then forcing something down their throat, And that's exactly the same angle I want to go on through here. With this agency, we're doing this AI lead magnet that we're going to be launching as well. So yeah, cool. Anyway, I'm conscious of time. Sorry guys, I'm sure you'd rather me put out this video and let me know in the comments down below if you would have rather me waited and you have to wait 10 days or whatever later than this got released for me to record the video. Then cool, and they can make it more polished. But I feel like this is real life. This is this is business, man. Like, this is, sometimes we graft. I'm a multi-millionaire, and I still have periods of my life where I will graft 12-15 hour days when I'm working on something big and I'm passionate about it. And this has been one of those periods, and we just get the shit done. But I don't lose my principles, and my principles are: I upload a video every single week for you guys, and I over deliver to you every single time. I'm not like every other guru that you see there online. They will just upload videos whenever it suits them. I have a commitment to you guys, and I'm showing up. Right? I don't make excuses. So, cold calls. Let's explore this a little bit. So, obviously, for obvious reasons, I can't write an entire cold calling script right now. I'm not going to do like the whole getting past the gatekeeper stuff and everything. Maybe we can go through that a little bit, but I've got videos like that on YouTube, so you can click link in the description. What I am going to do is like talk about how we can adapt this for the actual cold call itself. So first thing we do, let's say we're hold of the actual business owner. So we've managed to get hold of the business owner. So first thing we do, if you've ever seen me cold call before, really important, we want to validate that we're speaking to the right person, okay? And then sometimes, and it depends on the niche, so I do say this quite a lot, but it depends on the niche, and especially with this niche, you want to say this. So my name's Jordan. I know you're busy, so I'll be quick. This is very important with this niche. And in fact, I would actually say, I know you're probably out on a job. So I'll be quick. And this is relevant to them. They're masonry, they're going to be out. You know, the business owners of these companies are still stuck in the weeds, the majority of these guys. So I know you're probably on a job, so I'll be quick. Now, there's two things that we could do. I think it would be really interesting as an industry, we're an all-time trust low at the moment, and all of these offers of like, can you get another 5 qualified leads like we went through in Renault Reach? Those kind of offers are dying off. They don't work anywhere near as well anymore, and that doesn't mean that cold calls don't work. It doesn't mean that offers are dead. That doesn't mean that the industry is dead. It means that we adapt like we do as marketers. That is what we do with business owners. We adapt to changes. Right now, that whole like, can you handle another 5 qualified leads? That only works for a certain few niches and a certain few areas. It doesn't work for everyone on a broad sense. And so it's worth testing out new shit right now, because if we test out something new and it works well, then we're onto something, right? So let's see if we can adapt this. So I notice you currently don't have a Google tag installed on your site. I wanted to offer setting that up for you guys for free. Are you aware you didn't have one? Okay. I notice you currently don't have a Google tag installed on your site. I notice we don't want to shorten. We always want to read. When we're writing a cold calling script, the key is we want to read. We want to be like reading it so we can figure out what our tonality is going to be like when we're doing it. I noticed you're going to have a Google tag installed on your site, and I wanted to offer to set one up for you guys for a charge. There's 2 options. We need to A/B test. A/B test simply means let's say we're going to call like 100 companies using one of these, 100 companies using the other. Cool. So that's that. And then if we get asked why, then honestly, I just think it's a good way to help out other local business in Toronto. But selfishly, I'm also a marketing expert that specializes in masonry. So it's in my best interest to build. Honesty. Like, this shit works, especially with simple business owners. Now, honestly, I just think it's a good way to get at. Honestly, I just think it's a good way to help other local business in Toronto. But selfishly, I'm also a marketing expert that specializes in masonry. So it's in my best interest to get in your good books with like a laugh, you know? This shit works. You tell someone the truth and they're like, fair. All right, yeah, you can put a tag on my website. They'll think he's a nice guy, that old Jordan that just called me up. Like, he even said to me like that he was quite transparent about it all. He said like he wanted to set it up, but really only because he wanted to build a relationship. But well, we'll just see what happens, won't we? That kind of tone, rather than like when you try and snake around people, they don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it one bit. Cool. So this is really all we're going to be doing, and what we're going to do is, so off the back of this, what would that look like? So if you get a yes, then let's just do a little objection handle. So if you get a yes, then do we want to book a call for this? Yeah, I'd say we want to do that. So book a call. No, then you want to say. So they say no, always push back. Like, an objection is not a rejection, it's just a request for more information. So, okay, no worries at all. Can I ask why though? Like, the tag will actually help you get more customers from your website. I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. Rationalize it. You can say things like, what have you got to lose? In fact, what have you got to lose is more of like I think that's more if we're like putting a direct offer. I think in this case, like, this would be better. Cool. If you've got any like particular questions on like other objections in this stuff, then please do let me know. Drop a comment down below, and then I'll be able to dive into that in a little bit more detail for you guys. What I'm going to do though is I'm just going to like take this information and just like see what is like thrown out by Claude, just out of interest. I want to see what's like kind of pulled out here. It's 10:30 right now, and I've been going for 40 minutes, and so I would like this to be like a little bit longer for you guys, but like honestly, like as I said to you, I need to I need to get some sleep. I've got a 3 a.m. flight, so this is cool. I'm currently writing outreach scripts for my new agency. I'm going to, in fact, let me do this. Send you my entire ICP and a proposed email outreach script and cold calling script that I have written, full stop. I would like you to send me over some other ideas on other ways that I could build a relationship or gain interest from my potential customers, full stop. Currently, I'm going to be trying the Google tag strategy because I think it would be a nice way to provide free value, but you may be able to think of some other creative ways or creative offers that I can test out here. So much time that. Thoroughly recommend. It's called Voice In. That's a big hack right there. Oh, I just realized I'm not recording on that camera. What am I doing? Let me just quickly record that intro whilst we're waiting on this. I'll re-record that. I've forgotten where we were at. What do I do? I think I'd sit this will be funny. Here we go. We'll keep this in, actually. You can see the authentic nature of recording YouTube content sometimes. This camera wasn't recording at all. Let's recreate this, shall we? Hopefully that was everything. This video has been a bit mismatched, hasn't it? There we go. It's raw. It's real. So, what do we got? Free audit or assessment? Pretty bog standard. Educational content, webinars, workshops, case studies, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It feels pretty generic to me. Is there anything that is more unique to the niche itself? Like, think about the ICP. They're masonry business owners. They're in many ways simple business owners. They're not very tech savvy. Is there anything like I can offer that's unique to their individual circumstances that you can think of? Free low-speed website optimization, local SEO, content calendar, job site photography, free booking tool, visual mock-up of a completed project. That's the closest thing, but that's not none of these are beginner agency things, like visual mock-up of completed project. Like you help them with an application that helps them do mock-ups on their job. Like that's a really interesting angle, actually. It's like many agency owners think that when they're trying to sell their services, they want to launch Facebook ads. And this is not something that you want to be doing like day one. And I'm going to teach you a little bit about like lead magnets when we go into this in the next video. But sometimes you have to sell people something else to then upsell them to what you actually want them to be on. And so you might need to sell like a lead magnet up front, which they desire more than your retainer service. And the term is sell them what they want, give them what they need. And so many established agency owners will build front-end products which are completely different to their core service. They are complementary but completely different, just to get unique lead flow in, just so they can stand out in the market. And so let's say we're using this as an example, a visual mock-up of a completed project. Well, there are going to be many apps online that allow people to create visual mock-ups of 3D mock-ups of projects, because I know that, because kitchen design or bathroom showrooms use them. They use 3D mock-ups when they're doing their work, and it's relatively easy for people to use. If you bring it to another industry that isn't currently using it, you show them how to implement this stuff. It doesn't even have to be your software. You add value that sense and you generate leads that way. You can upsell them to whatever marketing services you want to, because it's still in the category of improving their business, improving their offerings. So that's actually quite an interesting thought wave. But anyway, we're not going to get too deep into that right now. Offer-wise, for now, we've got ourselves an offer. We're going to go in with this Google tag. That is the best offer that we've got at the moment. It's just it's gonna enable us to get our foot in the door. There are many other things that we can test out. We are going to be exploring, of course, that lead magnet as well, which is really going to be a secondary offer. We've got the front end offer that we're putting out, but actually we're probably going to need to write some copy afterwards for this lead magnet that we're launching as well. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, cool. So really what we're going to do in the next video is we're not just going to be writing out some copy, or going through and creating a lead magnet product, going through the landing page and so on, but we're actually in theory going to be going through this strategy again, writing some new scripts on this Notion document for the lead magnet that we have created unique to those circumstances. And then we're going to have 2 strategies that we can test out, or you guys, oh Christ, what happened then? You're going to have to test out whoever wins the Mason Flow agency. Maybe we can give you a little bit of coaching from our team as well to help you implement on this stuff. So you can have 2 really great strategies for you to use and implement. So that's all I got time for today, guys. Hope to speak to you all soon, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye bye. Cheers.